Hey Legionnaires, welcome back. We're here in 1212 AD once again with a huge 20,000 man battlefield. Today we have Poland and Bulgaria facing off against France and the HRE. This is actually part of a little mini campaign game that I'm playing currently with a fair few subs, and it's a really fun little roleplay thing that we're doing. And yeah, Bulgaria and Poland have joined together in this campaign and now invading the HRE, and France has come to join in helping the HRE out. We have some Hanseatic Lancers here. They're already here taking out some Culverines, and they are being dealt with by some Bolyar Lancers. So yeah, the Bolyar Lancers probably a bit stronger than these Hanseatic Lancers, but they did the job. They took out that artillery, and that was really bothering me. I was playing as the HRE in this one. My ally was playing as France. It's an incredibly close siege battle. It really does come down to the wire. Certainly on my side, it's a very close run thing. I didn't really have much of a chance to check out the other side as much, but yeah, I'm quite excited to see how this one goes down. I mean, Poland's got some pretty strong cavalry here. The Polish Knights, I believe they have a unique unit called the Great Banner of Krakow. Which is an awesome unit. There is the Great Banner of Krakow itself, a brilliant looking banner, that's for sure. I mean, the French as well have some strong cav. France is also known for having really strong cav. They got some good Cherons on some of their cavalry here. Yeah, it's a really epic battle. I'm really looking forward to. If you're interested, by the way, in taking part in some of our campaigns that we do, it's like little extra things that we do, feel free to join my Discord or contact me on Discord. We have we have a fair few spots still open for these campaigns. It's quite a cool way to get some 12-12 battles, and if you into doing roleplay sort of things like that, it's quite fun. But yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the 12-12 content as well. If you are and would like to see some more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And yes, I'm really looking forward to this land battle. Showing it off anyway. I've certainly think in recent times I really got back into playing 12-12. I don't know what it is. I think maybe just in that mood at the moment. My Lancers did return, 17 brave men returning. I don't think I'm going to use them, but you never know. Maybe to go and take out that bombard that has also returned. But yeah, they're having a few morale issues of their own, and now I have the artillery advantage that I can now inflict on my enemy. I've actually taken out one of his artillery pieces, so that's a bit of a win. But yeah, I now have 2 Culverines against the one, or 2 bombards, I should say, against the one. So I was quite happy with this, and at this point anyway, I was like, right, I'm just going to get forward. I'm just going to push forward. I don't really want to just keep sitting here with the artillery and just bombarding each other. I don't feel like I'm winning this. His artillery has got better range and better, well, not better range, but better angles on my troops than I seem to be having on his. And yeah, I mean, look at the devastation it does. These Hanseatic infantry here, which is a good hybrid unit, I personally think. They've got sword and shield to do okay in combat, and they've got crossbows. They're pretty useful. I did maybe push a little bit too aggressive here. The Cuban Royal Guards pushing up. These are a tier 1 unit, so they've got less armor than, say, these tier 2 infantry they're going to go up against, and the crossbows that are firing sort of, my gosh. It's getting some good volleys into these guys. I mean, I'm weakening them really badly. I'm getting my Lancers in there now. But he's going to get a charge off on my Hanseatic infantry here. The Lancers going in, doing a pretty good amount of damage there. Yeah, even tier 1, they still did a good amount of damage to that Hanseatic infantry. And that's possibly a redundant unit now, fortunately. But I'm going to take out a cav unit. I mean, I lost one of my own cav. He's going to lose one of his. It's a trade I'll take. Now moving my sergeant line forward as well, and put everything into loose formation now, trying to reduce casualties from this damn artillery. I'm also starting to shoot his cavalry back here with my artillery. I'm getting some pretty good shots onto him, actually. And I mean, the Polish Knights behind, if I could hit a few of them, that would be appreciated as well. I actually think I'm hitting the Poles back here, hitting them a little bit, which I'm all for as well. We've got some horse archers coming forward here, some Bolyars. I decided to counter-charge with my own cav. After defeating the Cumans, I decided to charge into the crossbows, get a decent charge off on them. And here comes the Bolyars. My Hanseatic Lance is doing a pretty good job there. I probably should continue this fight because it's bow cav. I'll probably be okay in this fight here. The Bulgarians look pretty damn cool. be fair. Like this chap here, for instance, in his gold armor. Look at it, it's pretty badass. Yeah, the Bulgarians, which we don't often see a lot of, doing a pretty good job at the moment. And here we go, rushing in with the HRE infantry now against the Bulgarian crossbows here. And they're trying to retreat. I'll get a few kills on them, and that's fine. At this point, really not much happening on this side. Bizarrely, though, the Poland pushed forward his Lithuanian archers here. Maybe Poland is not happy with the Lithuanian Union and wants to kill off some Lithuanians. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's just pushed forward these Lithuanian archers and just asking to get run down here by the gendarmes. I think he's maybe trying to take out the artillery crew with the archers. I'm not sure. But yeah, we're about to see the nobility of France here just run down all these archers. This is what they wish they could do at Agincourt, I think. Just run down all these archers. In they go. In goes the French cav. Like a sea of blue going across there. And in they go. They're running down these archers. This is no mercy. And that's 4 archers just gone like that. That was a bit of a bad move there by Poland, I personally feel. Like, if he was going to push up his cab, maybe support, that would have been a huge... a good move, but it just didn't happen, unfortunately. Poland's another faction I just don't feel like we see very often in these 12-12 videos, but they're pretty cool factions as well. I do like the red and the white sort of combo going on. The heavy axes here, looking pretty awesome as well. Very cool looking faction. But yeah, already on this side it's getting pretty spicy here. The HRE, I'm just continually pushing on here. I'm not slowing down at all. I've got the gunners back here as well that are on fire well, and they're shooting their own guardsmen in the back, which I'm all for. These swords here still been pretty aggressive, taking stuff out. I took out with the Hanseatic Lancers, took out those Bolyar Lancers, and there's more cav now pushing down on this side. I've got my Imperial Ritter coming up on the left. All my heavy cav is kept in reserve to protect that. I didn't really get a great charge off from these Hanseatic infantry this time. And here we go. We're going to see a charge against my Imperial Ritter. My Imperial Ritter get a bit of a charge off themselves. Yeah, I mean the heavy shock going up against... well, actually he's heavy shock as well. Artillery needs to be careful. That just mowed through my own men there. Actually did a lot of damage to morale. Well, I'm getting spears in there, and there you go. Broke that unit pretty quickly, actually. There's more Bolyar Lancers back here. I mean, there's plenty more, and these Imperial Ritter need to just retreat a little bit. I think I'm just trying to rear charge the Bolyar Lancers, trying to route them a little quicker. I'm trying to just get rid of as much cav as possible from Bulgaria, which is pretty tough. More gunners back there. Hopefully they keep firing. There is a sword unit here that just got rear charged by cav. That was an easy win there, really, for the Bulgarians. This was a bit of a bad move by myself. There's plenty of crossbows here that I'm quite happy for him to charge on again. We saw how well those crossbows have done against the cav, and he does indeed seem like he's taking a fair few casualties again. Looks like he's going to charge in, though. No mercy against the crossbows. I haven't done a really good job of protecting them, but at this point, microing like 40-man armies, kind of nasty. I'm not quite sure what I'm microing at this point, but I need to get these swords into combat maybe, just instead of leaving them back there. Pikes need to come up as well. I think this is becoming the main area of interest. We're about to see a push here. The Bocab just gets super close, and I was like, screw it, I'm charging forward my general, going with the Hurrian Emperor bodyguard. And in comes some support here. Going to charge into the bodyguard of the HRE Emperor. Don't know why I said it like that. That's a bit weird. Yeah, we've got plenty of 2 units rear. Really, I need to retreat one, rear charge this Bolyar Lancer, and just give myself a little bit more of an advantage. That general, though, not looking so great. Shock infantry on its way up. Silver Chevron shock infantry did brutal. It did. And Bolyar Lancer getting focused down point blank range. I was very happy about this. Just gunning these guys down. And the spears here, Despot spears, they're doing okay against this cav, I imagine. Yeah, starting to lose now. I really could do with getting something in to support a cav unit. It's all going off on this side. Let's check out how the Frenchies are doing. Frenchies yet to engage again. Another one of those archers, I guess, returned, and the Cavs just getting rid of it. Yeah, I was kind of getting a little concerned at this point because the French hadn't gone in, and I was like, I could just get 2v1'd here. We do have 8,800 against 8,000, so I'm slowly whittling them down. We did have a number advantage to start with, and I'm opening up a little bit. The pikes here, they're necked. Kind of dying, though, pretty quickly. I'm routing a lot of this cavalry as well, though, which I'm a big fan of. Shock infantry in here doing a good job for the HRE. Look at just the different uniform styles. Very, very cool. But the Bulgarians here, you can see they're like with their kite shields, looking quite regal almost in like the HRE. They're just head to toe in armor. Head to toe in armor. Oh, good charge here by the Cav. Going into the side of the spears. Not a bad unit to charge at all. I mean, they're going to get speared as they go out, but they're going to try and, I guess, I don't know. My general here countercharges them, so that's pretty good. I'm just trying to rout as much of this cavalry as possible because I feel like I've got the infantry advantage with the shock infantry. Really good shock available to use. My swords as well seem like they're doing pretty well at the moment. Breaking through this spear line. We got cav hit again, not protecting these crossbows. But again, I was like, I'll sacrifice a crossbow if it means taking out a cavalry. That was my logic. Because he can take one out, but then he can't go into the next one and the next one. And I've got cavalry as well just to pin him down. But I think the French are starting to move up now. And these are still my troops here. Sergeant Spears up against, looks like I'm going up against the Polish Pabis. So the Poles are getting involved in my fight here, which I was really concerned about. And they're also rear charging my infantry over here. Good charge there by the Polish Knights. At this point, I was begging France to get moving, and he is finally starting to do so. Because that was when I was starting to get worried. It's like, that Polish cav just carry on down my line and just keep routing stuff. I'm surprised it didn't, to be honest. Center-wise, I'm doing pretty well. I'm nearly through here. I'm breaking a lot of stuff. I did maybe overextend a little with the cavalry. Got it all killed. My shock infantry is still going strong over here. I have still got some cav alive, including, well, wavering unit there. My general is still alive, but he's getting hit by something. He's at half strength at the moment. But yeah, like I said, center cleared up nicely. We've got pole arms with me up, halberdiers, dismounted Imperial Ritter. We've got a fair amount of crossbows still alive and scattered around the battlefield. I'm just focusing things down that can't, that already weakened, like those Boyar Lancers. The general might be in range pretty soon, to be fair, of my crossbow bolts. But here we go. The French are now moving up their horde of sergeants here. We've got a lot of sergeants. Might also be sergeant d'armes in here if I can find them. Or maybe not. Maybe he's kept them in reserve. But there's usually, I think there is at least one sergeant d'armes unit in there. But he's about to go in as the French. And he needs to get in there soon because I'm starting to run out of boys. There's a lot of spears here though, actually. There's a lot of spears being brought by the Poles. They not got a tier 2 sword infantry? Potentially not, I guess not. There you go, the Frenchies are in there. They should hopefully do pretty well. There's a lot of pole arms here that it could support against this cav fire, which is not a bad idea. I'd probably send the shock infantry there and have the pole arms go into this line fight to try and win this. You can see the pole arms are going to try and do that now. See how that goes. Pole arms here doing a pretty good job, forcing my shock infantry back. And I'm starting to run out a bit of momentum. I don't know why I left this Imperial Ritter in here against these guardsmen. Not exactly a fight they're going to win. I must have been microing elsewhere or something. I think I was quite concerned about these gunners that were just sat in the middle of the fight here. I was like, get these guys, someone kill them. They're kind of important to take out. The Tsar's bodyguard coming forward here. Where is the Tsar? I can't see him. He's alive though and healthy, we know that much. Shock infantry over here, all routed by the cav that remained, is a bit of a concern. I have spears protecting my general, so I was like, I should be okay there. Guardsmen here are getting surrounded and routed at the moment, which I was a big fan of as well. I think it's also helping that the gunners are shooting them, which is just do morale damage to your own men. And here's a good charge by the Tsar's bodyguard there into my swords, which probably will do them a lot of damage. Might save this guardsman unit here. I'm trying to focus that down along with also the general here. He's also charging into my pikes, trying to get a rear charge. I just need to turn these guys around. I am actually starting to beat these pole arms. The shock infantry needs to get out of there though. And at this point, I just need to mop up the isolated bits of the Bulgarians. There are quite a few isolated units, like this spear unit over here. Just rear charge it with the shock infantry, mop it up. Look at that, routed just like that. Frees up my crossbows as well. We've got Polish knights going in here. Nice charge against my shock infantry. And the shock infantry supporting in there as well for Poland. Do a great job. So I'm starting to run into a few obstacles. Well, more than a few obstacles now. I actually have a lot of shock infantry on this side, making a decent amount of progress. My heavy axes here starting to waver. Yeah, I have a lot of... Well, actually, this is not my shock infantry, sorry. This is my ally shock infantry. I swear I had shock infantry here as well. Oh, it's over here. Imperial Ritter. It's flanking round. Do apologize. I'm claiming... It's because they're in yellow and I was playing in this battle. I'm in the blue this time. Very confusing. Yeah, the Polish cav doing their bit. They're actually doing a pretty good job of slowing down the shock infantry. It's costing them each time they cycle out though. And will they need those Polish knights elsewhere? Like, I don't know how many they have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cav units there. It's against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Polish ones. So the Poles throwing some extra cav into over there. They are shifting another one around this way. But yeah, the Poles putting one cav here to influence this fight. Maybe working for them in some ways. But it may mean that they lose out on that cav fight. Though their heavy axemen here are not doing that great. They're not as good as the dismounted dismounted French Chevaliers. Or the Imperial Ritter, I imagine. Because they've got silver chevrons, these boys. So at this point, he's in a real bad state because the Holy Roman Emperor here, he has routed. He don't think he dies, he just routs. My left and center are starting to crumble, though I am still breaking stuff here. It's because it's the late introduction of the Tsar bodyguard here has just caused all sorts of problems. And I am still doing some pretty decent damage on this flank over here. And I'm trying to help as much as possible. I've got spears here that are trying to help against the Poles. And I'm trying to just rout as much of the Bulgarians as possible, so my ally doesn't need to have to deal with too much of the Bulgarian issue. He's got a hard enough problem having to deal with the Poles, and he's not even had this decisive cav fight yet. I've got to stay in the fight and just do as much damage as possible. Just going nicely there. The sword line seems like it's actually going pretty poorly. Starting to see wavering. These heavy axemen, though they were having a few morale issues, starting to waver. Though they have just charged into pikes. That's not so good for them. These Piquins here, these light pikemen, they'll eat up these heavy shock infantry, I'm sure. But yeah, they could really just go down the back lines of these swords and just rout a lot here. That's what they should really do. But instead, the pikes have just charged in. Don't know what happened there, Chief, but okay, they just ignored that heavy axe unit there. That's a shame. Yeah, that was just not a good move. We'll go with that. Swords here, yeah, they're losing. I don't really know why, but the spear spam kind of worked. I guess maybe because he's charging a spear line and like a spear wall, and that gave him extra defense. But here we go, big cav fight now taking place over here. With the halberds going in, always getting messy here as well. Halberds getting rear charged as well.
From the enemy. This is shameful.
The French causing all sorts of problems over here. And routing communal Vulgaires, we've got more Polish knights coming in as well. Red, the classic red versus blue. cav over here, gendarmes. I mean, they got silver chevrons, so there's massively helps in that cav fight. Those gendarmes here losing decisively, wavering. At 40 men left. There's certainly a bunch of Polish cavalry here. The French are very much outnumbered. It's quite even over here, and that's in favor of the French because of that. French are keeping a few cav units in reserve, like some gendarmes there. They're going to try and go for a polearm charge here. Oh, this could be costly. The polearms, if they set up, yeah, they kind of did, I feel like, at the last minute. Well, I say that. The gendarmes aren't going to start losing men now, probably. Losing decisively. Going to see a rear charge here from the general. Into another polearm unit here, doing a decent amount of damage. The risky business charging your general into polearms, but this one worked because they got a side charge. Cav here actually still winning though. You might need to get out of there now. Prolonged melee is not going to be good for him again in that fight there. But he won that fight. Really nicely done there. Can he rear charge his other one then? Save his cav here and then get these extra cav units over here. Because the Poles are winning this. Poles are winning that cav fight. We've got shock infantry in the back lines now. French shock infantry here. Trying to deal with some Pabby's crossbows. Trying to kill them off. There is also some cav here that's rallied. Or just weak, I don't know, one or the other. We've got more dismounted Imperial Ritter and stuff on the way. Yeah, it's looking rough over on my side now. I am nearly out, but I'm just doing as much damage to Bulgaria as possible. Bulgaria's got scraps left himself. And I'm just trying to get rid of the, what remains of those. I'm just going to try and focus down these guardsmen with my crossbows. While they have them pinned with the shock infantry here. Fire when ready! This is a brutal sight to see. You've got crossbows ahead of you and you're just like, well, what can we do against this? Well, actually, they can get saved by some axemen here. From, I think these are from Bulgarians, yes, sending them in against the Hanseatic infantry. Good little play there by Bulgaria, using a very small little unit like this, doing enough damage. Those axemen might rout those Hanseatic infantry. Really nicely done. And we've got more Hanseatic infantry over here. So tying down the voids, just tying down Bulgaria generally. I mean, this is a healthy Void unit. That's doing pretty well. The Axemen did rout, unfortunately. But the Hanseatic infantry, well, they just need to pull out of that combat. That's all they need to do, really. I am actually flanking round now, currently with spears and also shock infantry. I've just been flanking around this sword line and breaking stuff. Because I was like, well, that's all that needs to happen. I just need to rout a few of these guys. Then we turn this melee fight around. And Poland is starting to get defeated here, so there's a few troops wavering, but there are still some for France that are wavering too. But there you go, polearm's broken there, that's a big win. Still looking a bit dicey over here. There's a French cav unit that's just sitting here docile, doing nothing. Could do with being rear charged in the back of these Polish knights, or the rear charge in the back of that Polish general. It's actually a king. It's I think it is the king in our scenario as well. I think both Tsar of Bulgaria and King of Poland were here today. I don't know about the French and the Holy Roman Emperor. I presume their leaders are here as well. But the Holy Roman Emperor just ran away. He didn't die. He may have been a coward, but at least he fought. At least he got out of there alive. Bizarrely, French Chevaliers have got over here now, and they're trying to take out these gunners, which is not a bad idea. The gunners are going to cause a few issues, but they're lights. They're going to be able to get out of there. Also, these guys are very tired.
Our men run from the enemy.
I was also trying to harass these guardsmen as much as possible. Just keep routing stuff while I can. But yeah, looking really good now. The French cav now starting to have its influence on this fight over here. And there you go. You see Poland starting to shatter. Balance power is shifting in our favor slightly. 2,700 against 1,800. The cav fight is still very much undecided. This could make or break this fight. If Poland wins this fight, still a long way to go because Bulgaria has some infantry left. And they could sandwich the French.
Our men return to the fight.
And these, yeah, both the King of France and the King of Poland are in this fight here. Fight on, men! And the French now starting to get some of their cav in behind gendarmes here, routing more Polish knights. They just need a rear charge, support their cav here. Enemy general has fallen. That is the King of Poland has died. That could be catastrophic in both this battle and also in our campaign. I'm sure of it. Got this final infantry over here routing for Poland. We've got a little bit of Bulgarian cav here, I think, actually. Still causing issues, routing a pike unit there. How big could that be? We'll have to see. The Tsar of Bulgaria over here is also down to 8 men. He's got to break at some point, I'd have thought. I would have probably also stopped him from running around the place. I'd have him just walking because I don't want him to break. I don't want him to tire because that's more likely of a chance of him breaking. Cav here broke to a sword unit. That's a good trade there for the French. Still, I mean, the cav fight, I mean, there's still a decent amount of Polish cav, even though they lost their general. Still a good amount of Polish cav still to go.
Refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied. Men are running, cowards.
They're starting to waver, though. Oh, yeah, the Polish general's going, and so these pole arms. I think they're about to get rear charged, in fact. Yep, they are, in fact, getting rear charged. And there you go, a mass rout from Poland at that very second, which is so unfortunate to see. They still had healthy cav in here. Whether they could have maybe mobilized some of this cavalry elsewhere instead of blobbing it. We are also seeing, like, potentially a mass rout here from Bulgaria. So I'm just going to fast forward a little bit while we wait on these guys just to march forward, because Bulgaria, I think, could just rout at any moment here. Look at all that flashing. But yeah, it was an incredible close battle. I mean, 2,000 men left. Sounds like, oh, it's not that close, Pope. But to be honest, I felt like both armies came out of that with nothing left. Like, the French have most of the army left for us, and it's really just crossbows. Infantry-wise, we're done for. Cav, there's a decent amount of French cav left, but nothing like incredibly healthy. It's 44 is probably one of the healthiest. The general, obviously, is 60. And that one's 56. Those three are healthy, but the rest are just gone or battered. You can see here the Bulgarians just keep wavering, routing, and then re-rallying. So that's unfortunate, but I'm sure we'll all be dealt with very shortly. But yeah, at this point, we're just kind of just chasing them down. I'm just trying to get close enough with my remaining HRE troops. This is all I have left. My army was battered. I'm just trying to get close enough so I can just route the stuff. You can see the gunners routing just like that. That was quite nice to see because they could definitely have routed my men. But yeah, I'm just trying to get close to these things like the Voids here, which might honestly break my spears. The spears, they've got some pretty good chevrons right now. They've got like a triple bronze. And there you go, they actually routed the Voids. That's a good win there. I mean, what's next? The crossbows, they just route on their own. I mean, these spears just might just route anyway. They're exhausted. Just need to get close with what remains of our infantry. Just route these guys quickly. I think, and we've got what else is over? Gunners, there's more pole arms. I think the players leave them out there though, just to hopefully that they'll survive. Which is possibly the case. Over here, they did try and rush one of the guns with a cavalry unit. Some gendarmes here just quickly dealt with that cav unit. But yeah, it does seem as though the battle is nearing its finale. Actually, well, there's a minute left. I don't know why there's a minute left. We don't seem to really chase much else down. There you go. Oh, it's because things keep rallying. These crossbows just refuse to break. Bulgaria just doesn't know when to surrender. These gunners are coming back into the fight. It's a shame. Do with the cav over there. Just get some cav here quickly. This French cav could run it all down and just get this all over and done with very soon. Yeah, so it seems as though these crossbows routing now. I think 16 seconds left. everything else should rout. I mean, yeah, there you go. Those guys way out in the distance routed. I think it's the gunners and the sword unit left. The gunners routed, and this sword should also rout in about 2 seconds. There you go. A Pyrrhic victory for France and the HRE. It was a massive win in stopping the Polish and Bulgarian advance. But it came at a great cost. So yeah, this was from I Like Trains as like perspective. But I was also playing though in this one. It was a very good fight. We both did a very good job. But yeah, we'll quickly have a look at some of the unit results. The King here getting 276 kills, 203 with his shock infantry. His pikes 86 kills. The sergeants 132, 142, 138, the best kills there. Crossbows getting 106 kills. The Cav 589 kills and still healthy, incredible. 218 with another one there. 120, 132 with the bombards. Then we'll have a look at my army quickly. My general not getting too many kills, but my shock did incredibly well. 403 kills, 237. The rest got like around the 100 mark. Spears 214 kills, 214 kills with a sergeant there. Crossbows 245 kills, 108 with the Hanseatic Lancers, and then 120 with the Ritter down here. My artillery getting 142. So I did okay, but nothing insane apart from maybe that shock and that spear did incredibly well. And then we got Richard the Lionheart was playing as the Duchy of Lesser Poland. 188 kills with his heavy axeman. Heavy axeman here getting 187 as well. Then we got the Pavy Spears getting 104, 131 with another Pavy Spear there. And then his pikes and his polearms unfortunately did not do that great. I don't know why he sacrificed these archers. It was a bit of a strange one at the beginning of that fight. 87 kills with the crossbows. And then we've got Polish Knights here, which got 296 kills, the best one there. And the Great Banner of Krakow only getting 37 kills, which is a great shame to see. But there you go, guys. Oh, actually, wait a minute. I do apologize. Nearly forgot about Jacques there. Jacques getting 315 kills with the Tsar Bodyguard, 113 with the Despot Spears, 165 with his Guardsmen. I think 184, in fact, even better. Vivoids getting 111, 124. Then we've got Crossbows getting like 114, 142 with the Gunners. 263 with the Bolyar Lancers, 334, 312 with the Bolyar Lancers here. Very, very good kills actually with his Cav in today's fight. Cuman Royal Guard getting 118 kills, 218 with the Bolyars, 160 and 150, 170. Yeah, some great kills there actually with his Axeman. Very, very nice. But there you go, guys. Did an incredible job. Did both the Polish and the Bulgarians, but it wasn't quite enough to stop the Western European armies of the Roman Empire and France in this epic 1212 AD battle. And if you want to see more, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.